weekend. It's time to wake up. Friday morning. It is the weekend. Are you excited? Hey, it's okay to live for the weekend so long as you're living the rest of the week, 7 days a week. And if you woke up this morning and you're catching this live, you're awake, you're alive, you got a heartbeat, you got a breath in your lungs. That's good news for you. It's good news for me. I'm excited about the weekend. I hope you are. Listen, I want to help you if you especially struggle during the weekends. Weekends typically are people's weekends, right? And I have seven. I have a list today. I don't know if you like lists. Go ahead, drop down below if you like lists, especially if they're helpful lists to help you lose weight. Now, maybe you've tried and you've struggled. You do well during the week and the weekends. You just get stuck and you end up in that same old pattern. But I want to help you through this weekend and possibly the weekends to come, because I got 7 weekend habits that not only have helped me in my health and fitness journey, but can totally help you in your health and fitness journey, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So pay attention now. Now listen, I want to engage with you. I want you to know that not only if you're catching this live, because I know maybe you live in a different time zone. So I want to know when you're watching. So just drop it down. You don't have to say like the time, but just drop it down on a replay. Just hit that down below. That way I'll know that you watched and then I can engage with you. And hey, if you want to share with me where you live, I think it's awesome. We have the weather. It looks like I'm in like freezing cold. It's cold here. It's what, 50 degrees? That's 50 something degrees. I know, I'm a wimp. But maybe you're in the middle of a snowstorm. I know there's crazy weather all over the place. What's the weather like where you're at? And actually just share where you're at. And if it's snowing, if it's rainy, if it's cold, I'd love to hear that down below. So good morning to you, Marianne, and good morning, Wendy. Good morning to you. And wherever you're from, I'd love to hear where you're chiming in from. I think it's awesome that we have technology that can bring people together. I had a great morning with my men's group, people from all over different countries, from Spain and Canada and as far as New Jersey. Yes, that too. So here we go with the 7 habits. Enough of me. Let's talk about the 7 weekend habits that can help you lose, that's right, 20 plus pounds. Seriously, this is no joke. This is something that I've seen help people lose weight over the weekends and even through the week. Because what happens when you have a successful weekend, you don't have to play catch up on Monday, which means if you have a successful weekend, then that can actually be the snowball effect, the Florida snowball. You know what a Florida snowball is? Anybody know what a Florida snowball is? Have any idea? Before I give you the list, do you know what a Florida snowball is? I found this out on a side note. Then we'll jump into the list, and I'm just going to do rapid fire through the list. But a Florida snowball, it truly is. And you're like, why are you telling me this? I'm trying to lose weight. It's a ball of vanilla ice cream. I'm not even joking you. I learned this when I moved. It's a ball of ice cream, like a round ball of ice cream. And it's wrapped in coconut, toasted coconut. And then it has drizzle, like, I think depending on what you like, but I think raspberry. It's so, oh my gosh. Now I'm hungry for a Florida snowball, because we don't have snowballs here in Florida, but that's a Florida snowball. It's a tasty dessert. And it's okay, because you can actually enjoy a dessert on the weekend if you actually have already gotten to the place where you know how to build those kind of healthy habits throughout the week so you can enjoy your weekend, right? And listen, if you're coming on, I want to know where you're at. I want to know where you're from. I want to know what the weather's like. Yes, it's cold, 25 degrees. Whoo! Pennsylvania. Yeah, I saw some photos and people posting about in New York. A friend of mine, one of the guys on our men's groups is in New York, and he's saying it was like snow drifts over the cars. It was crazy. So here, let's get into it. Enough. 7 weekend habits. Number one, script your weekend beforehand. It is really the most probably underrated thing that you could do, but probably one of the best way to kick off your weekend. Now, how to script your weekend? Well, listen, if it's food, okay, let's include Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want you to write out what you're planning to do for food, even if you're going to go out. Write it out. I know it sounds tedious, but if you actually if you actually plan it out ahead of time, even maybe your date night with your spouse, if you plan that out accordingly, then you can actually just fill in what do you want to see happen. If you want to go out, do you want to really have 4 glasses of wine? Well, if you're trying to lose weight, 4 glasses of wine may not be the best option for you. But if you write it out, it'll make things clear. It'll definitely help you. That's number one. Script out your weekend. I have my clients ask me, hey, I'm going into the weekend, we're going out of town, or we're going here. How can I help? And that's what I do. If you want actually access to know more about what I do, just shoot me a private message. You can just send the message, just say bulletproof in there, because I am your bulletproof Christian fitness mentor. And what I do is not just help people lose weight, but I help them develop habits to bulletproof their life for lifelong habits that can keep the weight off for good. And if you want that, of course, weekend tips can help. So number 2, let's go into number 2. Avoid peer pressure ordering. That is such a killer, especially if you got friends who are like, oh, you know, Heather, like you look great just the way you are. Don't worry. Your trainer, your coach, don't worry about it. You look so great. And you know what? They don't live in your own skin. So they shouldn't be telling you. Now, it's okay. They're trying to be your friends. But part of it sometimes can be more on a saboteur level. And I just would say is to be careful, especially when you're going out with them. Peer pressure ordering. It could be, oh, let me buy the next round of drinks. Or, hey, let's share this appetizer. Hey, let's all get a dessert and then share. And the next thing you know, you've had more than 2 desserts, right? And then you get in trouble and you get stuck and then the weight doesn't come off. So that's number 2, is avoid peer pressure ordering. If you do the planning ahead of time, if you even say you're going out to dinner, you can plan ahead of time and pick what you're going to go out. And then guess what? There's no confusion. You can just enjoy your time, and you can enjoy the conversation and being social without having it to be revolving around food and booze and desserts and all those things that typically get people in trouble over the weekends. So number three, we're going. You guys like these so far? At the end, I'm going to want you to share with me your number 1 weekend tip, your weekend habit that's going to help you after. Number 3, be mindful around your splurges. So people share with me all the time, well, I heard it's good to have like an indulgence day. And I think they misunderstood. Typically an indulgence is maybe now maybe you planned out for 6 months to go on a cruise. I'm not talking about that where you're going to indulge for the weekend or for 4 days, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like just having a meal a week. Now, we have built in our program where my students get to indulge, right? They get to actually enjoy me, not like going in overboard and binging, but they enjoy a meal. There's a difference between an indulgence meal or a cheat meal, if you want to call it, and a cheat day or an indulgence day. And you got to be careful because the work you put in during the week could be exactly how you're getting in trouble on the weekends when you give yourself a treat day and your treat day just ruined all your efforts. Can I get an amen on that? Does that actually resonate with anybody? Like, can you feel me on that? Just go ahead and give me, yeah, I hear what you're saying. So be mindful of around your splurges. In other words, instead of thinking of a cheat day, just have one meal you're going to enjoy. Maybe for us, it's date night. Last night, my wife and went out. We have ours on Thursday night. We actually had tacos. I had a margarita. She had a margarita. We had one good one, which is actually going to be on a side tip. That's not even one of the 7, on an extra tip, just so you know what we do. It's just a little hack. Here's a hack. When we go out, what helps us, mind you, we're not really big drinkers at all. Like maybe I'll have a couple glasses of wine in the holidays, but like maybe like one drink typically. And we'll order a more pricey drink. Like if we have a margarita, it's a higher priced one, maybe something that's top shelf. It's a little more expensive. And I enjoy one good cocktail versus, having 4 or 5 cheap cocktails. And the next thing you know, your calories are all overboard. Does that make sense? Like that's just a side hack. That's not even one of the 7. So be mindful around your splurges, the time in between during the weekends. Again, if you plan it out and script it ahead of time, you'll be able to really dial that in. Now, if you have no idea how to plan out your weekends or plan meals, that's where sometimes it helps to have an expert. Of course, if you want help, I'm one of those guys. You can reach out. I said it earlier. Again, just shoot me the message, bulletproof, and we'll get on a call. We'll schedule it out. And, we'll see if possibly I can be a good fit for you. And you can be a good fit for me as far as in my program and getting great results. So number 4, we got Four more. I got to run through these because I'm going to try to talk fast and do rapid fire. You know, I enjoy talking because I love this. I love helping people succeed. I love helping people get on the right path. There's nothing. I have 2 interviews from people, from current students who've gotten tremendous results, and I can't wait to share those with you. So I'm really, really excited because we're going to get to talk about their experience, and I'm going to be able to share those with you, right? Because I can talk about my program and the fact that it works and so forth, but hearing from other students is truly what really gets people taking action, and that's what it takes. You can hear me in all these weekend tips, but if you don't take action, it's never going to happen. The weight's never going to come off. In fact, a lot of times people are like, no, Mark, I'm taking action. But typically what happens is people give up too soon. They give up on their goals too soon. And a lot of times it's because they're relying on their own efforts. They're relying on their own accountability versus having the support of a person, a coach like me, and a team of people to help surround them and give them the support that maybe isn't there at home or isn't there with your friends when you go out. Okay, let's do number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Are you with me? Are you guys digging this still so far? Do you like my energy? People like, do you just get jacked up on coffee? No. Here's what it takes. I get jacked up on life. I'm excited about today, not just because it's Friday, not just because I had a great date night with my wife last night. I get excited because I know there's maybe one of you that are listening right now that are saying, you know what, I need to take that next step. It might not even be to have a conversation with me. It may be, I need to pay attention to my weekends because that's where I'm getting in trouble. And you know what, Mark is right. Like, he is right. If I pay better attention to my weekends, probably I'll have more success losing 20 pounds. Now, 4, 5, 6, and 7, real quick. Use your free time wisely. Like, I know the week is tough and challenging and struggling. If you got kids in school or homeschool, or your work is pressing on you because you got to do all these Zoom calls, or you got, agendas, and you have things that you have to take care of for work, and you just want to unwind and relax, and you don't have any energy, and you want to sit on the couch, just be mindful of your time. The longer you sit, the more your body's inactive. The more your body's inactive, guess what? The lower your metabolism is going to work for your benefit and to take that weight off. So plan your free time wisely. Get out, take a walk. If it's cold, maybe go ice skating or something if you're able to do that. Go sleigh riding, go for a hike in the trails, even through the snow. Maybe there's extra resistance, and that'll mean maybe shovel your driveway out. Maybe take your dog for a longer walk. If you could go on the beach, maybe go for a nice jog on the beach, or get your bike out if the weather's permitting. Even if it's raining, maybe take yourself to a mall if they're open near you and go for a nice long walk. There's lots of options. Trust me, where there's a will, come on. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? So number 5, here we go, 3 more. Find new ways to socialize. Like, if you find yourself around the same crew of people, and it usually involves, having a few extra 1,000 calories of alcohol, and that's not serving your purposes of what you truly want, and that's your body to get back in shape that you haven't seen for so long, maybe you need to surround yourself. And I'm not saying you can't be social, or maybe you have to have a heart-to-heart talk with some of your close friends and say, listen, here's the deal. I'm going to take weight. I'm going to drop 20 pounds or 30 pounds or 50 pounds. This is what I'm planning to do. And maybe you have a coach like me. Maybe you need to have a coach like me, and you're saying, I got a coach who I have to report to. I have a body who doesn't deserve to be in the shape it's in right now and the extra weight that it's on. I need to take better care of myself. And I hope as your friend, and we have history together, and it could be even a relationship with your spouse. It's like, if we've been married for so long, understand this, is that I want to be healthy and fit for you. I want to be more confident in the bedroom. Does that make sense to me? Does that make sense to you? It makes sense to me. When you're healthier, more fit, and you have a relationship and you're in a marriage, I can tell you what, 1,000% of the time when you're in better shape and you feel more confident, guess what? The weekends can be much, much better if you get my drift. So let's move on from there. I don't want to go to, again, this is a Christian show here now. So find new ways to socialize. Maybe you need to just make sure when you're out and about is that you be careful with how you're socializing. Again, right? Like Super Bowl weekend, perfect example. Super Bowl Sunday. I always get college and Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, right? How are you going to spend your time? Or are you going to have the big Super Bowl party? Well, if you've been trying to lose weight and you had a really great January, you can ruin it on a Super Bowl weekend. You totally can. You can throw down 6,000, 7,000 calories. And guess what that adds up to? Weight, right? Guess what that doesn't add up to? Weight loss. So keep that in mind. Two more. All right. Chill out. You're like, Mark, you never chill out. No, I don't. But chill out. Seriously, like, just chill. And I mean, chill out is what happens when you chill out. And I'm not talking about getting lazy. I'm just talking about chill out on the weekend. You had a stressful week. Maybe you have some disagreements at work or with people in your life or neighbors or friends or family. Like, can we get away with this? Does that resonate with anybody? Please let me know that it resonates with at least one of you. Hey, Marianne. Oh, I think I said, and Trianka, I think if I pronounce your name right, thanks for watching so much. Sherry, appreciate you. And Christy and Andrea, thank you so much. And if you're catching this on a replay, Robin, hey, good morning to you. And number 6, chill out. If you didn't watch the other ones, don't worry, this will be saved and you can watch them. Number 6 is to chill out. And I say that is that what happens, one of the biggest struggles that people have, they're like, Mark, I'm eating healthy. Mark, I'm even exercising quite a bit. In fact, I'm working out just about every day. How come I'm not taking the weight off? Well, one of the things I find and have found over, the past 25 years of doing this, and even more so now, just the way the world is, and it is a new world right now, right? Everybody's down each other's throat, and the stress levels are probably at a all-time high for a lot of people. But the problem with that is the stress hormones, cortisol. Cortisol is your worst enemy when it comes to weight loss. And trying to lose 20 pounds is going to be virtually impossible. I don't even care if you have the nutrition dialed in. I don't care if you have your workouts dialed in. I don't even care if maybe you're sleeping at night. Getting rest is super important too, right? We know that. But if you're stressed out, in other words, if you're stressed out when you're working out, maybe you have to figure out a way to work out without the stress. If you're stressed out when you're eating, right? If you're stressed out through the day, guess what? The cortisol levels are just going to override all those good habits that you're going to do and going to make it really hard, if not virtually impossible, on top of the metabolism that has already slowed down for you because now you're 10 years older and sitting in your 50s and saying to yourself, man, I just can't, I have so much more difficulty losing weight now that I'm older. Yes, you do. It's 100% true. So you need to chill out and try to get your stress levels. How do you do that? Maybe go for, like I said, go for a walk or do some yoga or maybe some meditation. Again, if you're a man or woman of faith, to actually spend some time with God, have some quiet time in the morning, maybe cast those anxieties and those stress and fear over to God. Maybe you need to just release it and think about releasing the stress. Or also what you're doing is releasing the cortisol so it gets out of your system so that you're releasing it in a sense, in a good way, not releasing in your body more cortisol, is you're actually trying to rid that so that you can have a fighting chance. Does that make sense? Cortisol is definitely a tough one. I think it's really, really a struggle. Hey, Christy, good morning to you. Now we got one more, and if you didn't get all these, definitely go back. They're super helpful. They've helped me. They've helped a number. I can't even tell you how many of my students to help them up through the weekends. They've helped them lose 20, 30. I've even helped a gentleman in the past. It was about a year ago. He lost over 300 pounds. Now, he was sitting on the verge of 600 pounds. And of course, he did the work, but he had the guidance and the support. He had the plan of attack through the weekends. He was able to script out his weekends and know what he needed to do. And he lost just over 300 pounds. So again, don't think that you can't do it. And I don't care what age you're at. You have the ability to do it. Maybe you just need to be in the right corner with the right coach and the right team and the right kind of support to help you get through it. Not just through the weekends, but all through the week and the weekend. So number 7 is my last one, and I already spilled the beans. It's get support. It's get support. What's stopping you from getting some support? I hear it all the time. Well, I know I got to spend money. If I'm going to invest in a coach like you, it's going to cost money. Yes, but think about this. One of the things I want to just share with you going into the weekend, because a lot of times I've found, and actually a lot of my students have found as well, and together we've found They end up saving money. And here's how. They end up saving money because they're more conscientious of the choices they're making. Instead of maybe buying 5 or 6 drinks, or instead of splurging or going out to eat as much, or maybe even going through the drive-thru, or just frivolously spending, right, on things that maybe aren't going to help them get the weight off and feeling better, and they have more energy and they're able to live life to the fullest. Like the investment on the front end is far less than the potential cost as far as not having the support down the road. And how do I know that? Because I have people come into my program, into a Lean Body Breakthrough Coaching program, to help truly bulletproof people's habits so that they don't have to keep struggling. Because what happens is, it's costly to struggle. If you've been on any sort of diet, now you're like, hey, I've been on Weight Watchers a few dollars a month, or I had this gym membership and it was $10 a month. Well, if you rack the time up over the years that you maybe spent, and I would say beyond just diets and gym memberships, right? Maybe you've even had trainers in the past. You spent hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of dollars over the years. Like, there's a cost. And here's why I say is that you spent a lot of money and didn't get long-term results, because here you're sitting and you're still struggling with the 20 pounds or 30 or 50 or even more pounds on your body. Does that make sense? So getting support. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only person to get support with. In fact, I have a network of over 250 coaches, like the best, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the top 1% who are literally changing lives daily. And I would say it's not just me. I'm one. And yes, I help change lives. I don't just help people lose weight, but I have so many people. So I would say is I'm not the only one out there, truly. Like, I call myself the Bulletproof Christian Fitness Mentor. Why? Not because you need to be Christian, because I'm Christian, and you need to know that that's part of the center of my faith, behind my business, behind my values, and also the bulletproof part, because I want you not just to win at the weekends. I want you to win at life. Like, you owe it to yourself. I say you owe it to yourself. God gave you this gift. You have gifts. You have so many beautiful gifts. You're so valuable regardless of the weight. You know that already, right? You're valuable regardless of how much you weigh. Whatever the scale is saying, if you stepped on it already this morning and it really aggravated you and your clothes aren't fitting and you're just pissed off because maybe you've tried this resolution diet, quick fix thing, and it's not working, and you're just pissed, you're just upset right now. And I would say, first off, know that you are valuable regardless of what the scale says, first and foremost. Also, know that God gave you a body to take care of. Hear me out. There's a secondary part to that. You get one life to go through life with, right? One life. You get one body to go through life with. Does that make sense? You get one of you. Now, sure, you can get a little tight. You get the crow's feet. You can get those. Here, let's go. You can get those fixed. You can get the facelift, and you can get, and again, I'm not knocking any of it. If you had one, don't get pissed at me. You can get the facelifts and the tucks, and you can get rid of the skin, and you can do all of the collagen and the implants and the Botoxes and the injections and all that stuff, right? The nip tucks and all those types of things, right? You can get all that stuff. But you still are in the same body. You still need to take care of your body, or you don't. The other option is you don't have to. You can literally just let it go and say, I got one body, I might as well just have fun. Is it really that fun, though? Like, is it really that fun keeping the 40, 50 pounds of weight on your body? Like, it isn't fun. I haven't talked to one person on the phone that came on and talked to me about my program and say, Mark, you know what? I'm 50 pounds overweight, and I want to be in your coaching program, and I want to get stronger, and I want to get healthier, but you know what? I want to keep the 50 pounds on. Nobody in 25 years have ever told me that, because they know deep down, and you know, if you've been struggling with 5, 10, 20, whatever amount of weight, is that, again, you're going to feel better. You're going to have more confidence. You're going to have a better immune system. There is literally 1 billion, and I'm not going to write them all out for you, but a billion reasons to get your life back in order, to get your health on the right path. Maybe it's the 20 pounds. Maybe you need to start with the 7 weekend habits that can help you. But at the end of the day, you and I both know, if you're not maximizing your full potential, time is running out. Time is of the essence. I'm at 48. I have no idea how I'm at 48 right now. I really don't know where the last 10 years have gone. Maybe you're 58. Maybe you're even 68. Maybe you're saying, holy crap, I'm a grandparent now and I'm in terrible shape and I can't even enjoy retirement. I can't even enjoy time with my family and kids. And you know what? Time is running out. The good news is you can start anytime. You can start right now. In fact, I've had people start my coaching program that are 70 years old. And you know what? Their lives are completely different than they were a year ago because they took action. And whether it's just getting through the weekend, at the end of the day, and the bottom line for you is you got to take action. Imperfect action is the way to do it, just so you know. Perfect action is never going to work. Again, if you've been waiting for the perfect moment, if you've been waiting for the perfect time to get started on your healthy and fit journey, guess what? Time is running out. Like if you're still waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and the hard thing is the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. That's really what it comes down to. So with that, as you go into the weekend, I hope I inspired you. If I did, all I ask is that you share what your top 7 out of these, your top 7 habits, which one resonated with you. I'd also love for you to share this with a friend. That's all I ask. I come on here a half hour. I know if you watch the whole thing, I talked for a half hour. Yeah, I don't know where the time goes. If this resonated with you, you can shoot me a message. If you want to understand how I can potentially help you, just send me in a message, private message. Nobody needs to know that you need help. That's private between you and me. Send me a private message with the word bulletproof. That's all you got to do, bulletproof. And I'll know that you watched and we'll take it from there. And listen, it's the weekend. I hope you enjoy it thoroughly. You can live and have a great weekend. You can have a great life. But if you're not maximizing your full potential, maybe this message is exactly what you needed to hear to take the next action step, to get the help you need so that you can live the life that you truly were meant to live and the life that God has for you and the plan that he has for you. Anyway, take care and God bless. Again, write down here in the comments. I want to know which of those 7 that really resonated with you. The number one, was it to script your weekend? Was it to chill out and lower those stress? I think that's probably going to be mine, is to try to drop that stress over the weekend. That's mine. Anyway, take care. God bless. And I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. We'll see you soon.